In the secluded land of the immortal Shogun, the Bakufu rules eternal. But what do mortals see of the eternity chased after by their god?
With Inazuma right around the corner and the traveler's journey finally continuing to a new zone, what can we expect to see in the Electro Archon's domain? There might be minor spoilers, but there is no leaked information, and at best this will just be speculation. The Rebellion versus the Shogunate. In the previous livestream, we know that there is an open rebellion against the Shogunate, and it is almost certain that we will be taking part in this rebellion, or at least given a chance to join, as we who need not possess a vision to channel the elements is the exact enemy that the Electro Archon is worried about. She retrieves the visions within Inazuma because it threatens her domain of eternity. We who have power that surpasses vision will likely be seen as a primary threat. However, our initial arrival in Inazuma shouldn't be a problem as we do not possess a vision, as long as we keep our elemental powers to a minimum and we have the actual proper documentation to enter Inazuma. And it appears maybe Beidou is getting those documents from Ningguang, perhaps? That's why they met? Maybe? Just maybe? Keeping that in mind, we shouldn't really be suspected by the Inazuma Bakufu to have or to be a vision wielder. Perhaps from that perspective is where we learn about the tyranny of what's happening and we decide to join the rebellion to help. Or, hear me out, maybe we could just help the Electro Archon. Maybe visions are bad. Maybe the Electro Archon will divulge some information about our sibling that, could help us. Or maybe the unknown god. I don't know. Doesn't seem like the Traveler has a lot at stake to help the rebellion. It seems more like we should be, on the side of the Archon so that we can gain some information somewhat. Like we don't really have any ties to the rebellion whatsoever, at least not yet. So I don't know, maybe they can go for a unique direction, but let's be honest, we're probably going to join the rebellion. The key characters. There are a few key characters that we are already aware of that we will surely meet in the story. Kamisato Ayaka, who is known as the Shirasagi no Himegimi, and is one of the leaders of the current government of Inazuma alongside her brother Ayato. Kujou Sara, a high-ranking member of the Inazuma Bakufu, and the one directly responsible for killing Kazuha's friend.
She defeated my friend in a duel before the throne, which I accept as proof of her great strength. But she uses that strength to serve as an oppressor's lackey, leading the Kujou clan's troops to relentlessly seek out and confiscate visions. This I cannot forgive.
We probably will meet her, as with one of the voice lines of Kazuha, we know that she will eventually change her perspective, or at least attempt to change her perspective, though the voice line is locked behind the quest itself, so we won't really know yet what Kazuha is saying. Wink wink. From the previous livestream, we also know that Kamisato Ayaka isn't happy with the current state of Inazuma.
Travelers should be aware that Sangonomiya is also home to the Resistance Army, which has formed in opposition of the Vision Hunt decree. Sometimes I can't help but fear that we... Pardon me. I will surely present you with all the details once you have arrived at Inazuma.
As such, these two who hold high positions within the Electro Archon's rule may be the key that could lead to her downfall and the success of the rebellion. One other key character we know of is Gurou, who is part of the rebellion, might be the leader of the rebellion as well.
When I was a wanted man, the Resistance gave me a lot of help. The time I spent with Gurou was brief, but he left a deep impression on me. He's the type of person who says whatever's on his mind. He shares the highs and lows of his subordinates and is never afraid to draw his sword for the sake of a friend. That's the kind of person I can really get along with.
We know him from Kazuha's voice lines as well as from the Japanese interview with Nobunaga, where he did introduce Goro and a silhouette of him was provided. But he will probably be an integral part of the story as well, as he is part of the rebellion and will probably be a pullable character in the future. Another major player that we will surely meet is the Fatui. Just as a recap, the last time we saw Signora, she was going back to Snezhnaya with Tartaglia. There should be footage on screen of that conversation right now. Unfortunately, the timeline of events in the Archon quest is non-existent, so we don't really have any idea how much time has passed since that moment and our arrival to Inazuma. So Tartaglia and Signora could have reported back to Snezhnaya, maybe taken a 2-week vacation and then headed to Inazuma the same time as us, since we were, messing around in some summer beach paradise or going to festivals. Or none of that could have happened and our Archon quest is literally like days apart from them leaving and us meeting Dainsleif and then going to Inazuma. Honestly, it's very hard to tell. The timeline of events make no sense in the Archon quest. So we don't really know if Tartaglia or Signora will be there. But another harbinger we met that might be there, or has a high chance of being there actually, is Scaramouche. For he is from Inazuma, and there is speculation and theories that he is tied to the Electro Archon in some way. So there is a very good chance that we will face off with Scaramouche, or at least meet him there again. Surely though, the Fatui will make their move against the Electro Archon for her Gnosis, because that is their goal. Now, what part will the Traveler play in the entire Archon quest? Like with the Liyue questline, we might just be another spectator who gets roped into from the sidelines, but take the credit of freeing Inazuma later on. But yeah, then again, maybe we will actually take a more active role this time, since we would be able to freely move around Inazuma in the ways the Rebellion can't. Perhaps we can act as a spy of sorts. Either way, we will face off with the Electro Archon and learn a little more about Celestia. Honestly, this is drip storytelling at its finest. But what do you think will go down in Inazuma? Do you think we'll get a more active role than we did in Liyue, where we were just fooled by Zhongli up until the end? Or are we just gonna get roped into the entire conflict and, free a country from tyranny as a whim? And of course, not stop the Fatui in taking the Electro Archon's Gnosis. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. We also have a Discord. Link is down in the description. If you're looking for people to talk with or play with, talk about lore, Genshin, anime, those kind of stuff. There's not much people in the Discord, but it's there if you want to join. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you like the content. Thank you so much. Goodbye.